Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, last time out, we were building a second railway station in West Mersea and indeed doing the railway line out. So you can just see the station down there and then the railway line going out towards Lichfield and New Romney. As promised in this video, what we're going to be doing is trying to get this line over to Bentham. The reason for that is that Bentham is sort of, if I zoom out a little, you'll notice Bentham's sort of out of the way of anywhere we really need to go. So instead of having a main line running through it, we're going to have this line just terminating there as a branch, and then the main line can continue down and go towards, well, down here. Of course, we also want to somehow connect up Alford. Now, again, we could potentially do something with Bentham, but Alford and Bentham are two towns that are out of the way of everything else. The rest of these towns we can certainly connect up, but those two are sort of the oddball towns that we need to take a look at. In addition to that, thank you for someone who left a comment about the zero height bridges and using that mod. I actually have it installed. I just totally forgot to use it. I forgot that I had it installed, so I'll be doing that. And this video is going to be time-lapsed, though the video may not be that long, as the time-lapse may not be that long, but I am going to time-lapse it and see just how much detail I can actually put in whilst I am building this. There are a few things I need to consider. For example, how am I going to get it down this hill, given that on this side it still remains fairly flat? I mean, over here we're at a Z height of 10. Over here we're at a Z height of 27. Over here, right here, we're at a Z height of 65. So the height is 65 there. Somehow I've got to bring it down 50 meters. I mean, you can see there from where does it come from? There. You can see just how high up it is. So I need to figure something out about bringing the railway down. If I can figure that out, that might help. Maybe a little tunnel, and then so maybe this stays flat or actually starts dipping down. Then we have a little tunnel and then these things connect. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that, because that is what I'm going to try and do. I will also get the bus stops running, or the bus routes running in West Mersea. And what I'm going to do, I think I'll get the bus routes running first. Then I'll continue with this. And in the meantime, I may, just may, even start with getting some trains running from New Romney over to. This is going to be a little bit difficult, I think, with the amount of traffic. We'll see. We will see what happens, but certainly there are a lot of trains that need to be made and a lot of vehicles that actually need to be rolled out. Okay, so about 1.5 hours later, I've managed to get the journey over to Bentham, or the line over to Bentham, complete. Now, I'll be honest, I need to get rid of these. I'm not 100% happy with parts of this line. So, for example, I'm not entirely happy with the viaduct. There's just something about it. This doesn't seem right, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is, but I'm not 100% happy with the viaduct. Likewise, I am not happy whatsoever with this junction. There's just something about this junction really needs to be improved. But for now, at least we are able to get the main line, branching over towards Bentham, and obviously we did this last time. What I did go and do, as you may have seen, is that I started placing some trees in the area, and also filling in some of these farms that I broke last time out. So I've just I think we have pretty much every farm back to how it is supposed to be. You can see I've got a really oddly narrow farm here, which to be completely honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to put here, but I'm thinking that maybe I can place something other than a farm here, and certainly not here. In fact, I may as well get rid of this section as well. There we go. So we've got that. The quarry is still there. I've started putting some wheat fields in along the line, so that does look pretty good. It isn't perfect, but as I fill things in, things will look a little bit better. And also, if I go to, where is it? Over here. One thing that I've noticed whilst I was out and about over the weekend, and obviously as you're out and about, you take a look at the fields and things like that. So if you create content like this, you need to pay attention to what is actually out there. And one thing I've noticed is that a lot of farms tend to, in addition to obviously having, just to give you an example, let me do it here. In addition to having, let's say, little trees, clumps of trees like this, so you just have a few trees marking the land border like that, and then maybe just a couple like that, or something like that. In addition to having that along their border, they also tend to have little bits of woodland, or I suppose these are the thickets, and the farmland sort of curves around it. So you'd have some trees like this, and you just have the farms work around it, even if it is a straight line. So even if, for example, this one was going straight across there, you'll have that, and this one will curve around. And that is something that I do need to replicate. I think that is what is going to make these farms, that and these, like this, is what is going to really make the farms stand out and look British. In addition to that, in this video, obviously I started putting some colour in, and I do have a new mod. And in this new mod, I have some pretty nice, these are pretty nice, I think. Pretty nice, I'm not sure what you call them, crops, flowers, just nice terrain textures. I do like the lavender. I am going to definitely be using this lavender more. That is for certain. But these textures are also really nice. And in particular, I really like this one. I'm going to be using this particular one in a lot of areas, because you can see here, when you're driving along the side of the road and you see something like this, this is really good. In fact, before we end the video, I would like to test that. Not here. I would like to test over here, just in these little areas. I'm going to test that, whatever that one was. Make this much smaller. Right, let's see if I can find it. Was it not that. This one. Unterwasser. Yeah. Just gonna put a little bit of that in here. It just works. In amongst the other stuff. And even in and amongst these, yeah, it just is combined with, I'd say that combined with the tall grass actually is working remarkably well. Unfortunately, we just have the issue of, apparently that tree's happy with it, these oak trees not being happy with having the, what do you call it, additional textures. It's got their own terrain texture, their own ground texture. There isn't much I can unfortunately do about it, but that is really helping in this area. I'm actually going to fill up this entire area like that. So that is that's a new mod I found. I was looking on the workshop a few days ago and I found this one, and I thought, okay, I could do with a few more terrain textures, because that's something that I've been sort of struggling with a little, is these terrain textures that I'm not able to find the kind that I'm after. But that has just really helped. That has really helped bring this to life. In fact, if I just pause that there, just taking a look at that, I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of crop, but from a bit of a distance, it does look the pot. There we go. Just some sort of picture. I am going to take another picture over here for the thumbnail. Just need to work out how exactly I'm going to do this one. Let's see. I could probably take the shot a little bit like this, I suppose. There we go. I just need to ensure that there's enough of, we can see enough of this. Yep, that could do. I think that will do quite nicely, because you can see the different textures. You can see the lavender, you can see all the different textures, and you can see the road and the farms. So that could be the thumbnail for this video. But yes, I have managed to do a few things here and there. As you saw, we have got the new bus routes running. What I am going to do is go forward in time to 1875. And apparently we have a bunch of new vehicles available. That's fine by me. And there is something else that I would like to do, and that is actually look at changing some of these. So I saw a, let me see if I can compare these. Where's my depot in Ely? Here it is. I saw some passenger wagons. Here we go. Not the 1820s one. Generic British carriage. I think that's the one I'm using. But there are all these. Is that the one I'm using? I'm not sure now. That might be the one I'm using. Have I? Also, catch me if you can, coach. Oh, have I confused myself? I may have confused myself, but I thought I had. Unless I had. It might be these teak ones. might be these 6-wheelers and 8-wheelers. I was thinking maybe I could try using some of these potentially, or it might even be these. No, here it is. That's the one. These extra colours. And I was thinking maybe, given the colours I'm using for, well, for example, on this train, right here. Actually, I think that's automatically changed. Did I pick that colour for the train? I may not have. I think they've changed because I do not. I think these were darker, and I much prefer the lighter ones. So that's pretty good. I'm going to have a look at a few things in the next video. What I will be trying to do is set up the routes from New Romney over to Bentham. We'll do a ride along, and we'll see just how well this works. See what the passenger numbers are like, and then I will probably start looking at connecting West Mersea up to Berwick-upon-Tweed, meaning I really do need to fill in the rest of this farmland. So the main roads and everything are done. All I need to do is actually connect this up along here, along there, and fill this area in. Once I've got that filled in, I will then create the line. So before 2 episodes time, I should fill this all in, and then in that episode we can create the line, and we will have the continuation of that main line that starts up in Bracknell, passes through Carnforth, Macclesfield, Ely, West Mersea, and then now will be terminating in Berwick-upon-Tweed. After that, of course, we'll continue further down. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget, LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. There is more detailing to come, of course. For example, along all of these, I need to put some fencing in. But that is all from me. Please do leave your suggestions, and I'll see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series.